Today I'll be showing you a very easy way to draw the male body even if you don't have any knowledge in anatomy. We'll be using the basic shape method for this. I will always advocate for this method, especially if you're new to drawing. First and foremost, let's draw the shape of the head. I already discussed how to draw the head, so I'm not gonna discuss it fully here. But if you want to watch it, check out the eye icon in the top of the screen. When I was fairly new to being an artist, I was taught the 8 heads method. Long story short, they say that the height of a male body is basically 8 heads tall. However, I find this very limiting because it's only suitable for a specific body type. Body proportions differ based on the age of the character, the build of the character, and the drawing style you're after. So instead, I'm just gonna give you a baseline and you can tweak it however you see fit. Alright, so let's draw a line right below the head. This will be the guideline on where we'll draw the shoulders. It's sort of where I put the collarbone as well. Let's draw the center line for the body. Since we're drawing the character in front view, let's draw it straight. However, when we rotate the body, the center line will curve. More on that later. For now, let's draw the torso. I draw the torso as a trapezoid shape, but the lines on the side are curved instead of straight. The size of the torso depends on the build of the character. For example, draw the torso big if you want to draw a very bulky character like the Hulk. If you're drawing a child, just draw it slightly bigger than the head. We're gonna draw a bit of a curve on the bottom side. I like to think of it as the rib part. Let's measure the height of the torso and copy that measurement from the bottom of the torso downwards. This will be where the crotch area is. Let's draw the pelvis. Starting at the middle heel, let's draw a pentagon shape. Guys don't have wider hips than girls. Think of the men's upper body as the letter Y. It's wide at the top but slender at the bottom. Okay, let's draw the arms. Draw circles at each corner of the trapezoid. This will be the joints for the shoulder. We'll draw a smaller circle by the bottom of the trapezoid for the elbows. The length of the upper arm is about the same length of the torso, so if you're drawing a character in different pose, keep that in mind. Draw 2 lines to connect the circles. This trick is normally used in cartoons, but we can apply it here. So when you're drawing the arms, don't draw it straight like this. What you can do is draw the inner line straight and the outer line curved. If you look at your own arms, you can see that one side is a little bit straight and the other side is curved. That is because of the muscles and fat. Let's draw an even smaller circle by the crotch line for the wrist. Then connect the joints with 2 lines for the forearm. The forearm is wider by the elbow and thinner when it comes to the wrist. By applying the straight curve trick, draw a slightly straight line on the outer line and a curved line on the inner line. For the hands, let's draw the fist by drawing a trapezoid for the palms and add the fingers. Don't worry, we'll discuss how to draw hands in a future videos. So if you want to get notified, click that little button that starts with an S. Let's measure a length from the top of the head to the crotch area and copy that measurement from the crotch area downward. We're going to draw another guideline in the middle. Then let's draw circles just above this guideline for the knee joint. Now from the center of the crotch, draw 2 lines for the thighs. We're going to apply the straight curve method here as well. Let's draw a circle line for the ankle joints just slightly above of the bottommost guideline. After that, we're going to draw 2 lines for the legs. Using the ankle joint as a guide, we're going to draw triangles around it for the feet. The bottom side of the triangle will reach the bottom guideline. So now we've drawn the basic shapes, we're going to add the details. Like I've mentioned in the previous video, you have to think of the characters as 3D. When you're adding details like clothes, you have to consider the volume of the arms, legs, etc. Make the outfits look like it's wrapped around the character. You don't need to follow this guide strictly. If you see something looks awkward, then by all means fix it. By the way, if you have questions, feel free to type it in the comments down below. Now if you want to draw your character in 3/4 view, the shape of the torso will be slightly different. What I usually do when I'm drawing this angle is I draw the center line based on where the character is facing. This line is also based on how you want to pose the character. We'll also be discussing that in a future video. For now, let's draw the character standing up straight. Now we've drawn the center line, let's draw guidelines for the shoulder and the crotch area. I try to apply some perspectives when I draw these guidelines, so drawing a perspective grid will help, but it's not necessary. I would just slant them a little bit like this. The torso will still be like a trapezoid shape. However, one side of the trapezoid is more curved than the other because the back is showing. Draw the curved line for the ribs. And for the pelvis, draw the side that is far from the camera slightly flatter. Then it's pretty much the same proportion as we've discussed earlier. It's just that you have to apply a bit of perspective. Let's say you want to draw the guy shirtless and you want to draw some 6-packs. Let's start with the pec first. first. Draw a guide in the middle of the upper arm, and this will be the bottom of the pecs. We're gonna draw another guideline at the middle of the shoulder line and this line. Then we're gonna build this hexagon shape. For the abs, draw a trapezoid shape from the rib area. Then draw a pentagonal shape like this. The tip of this shape is aligned in the middle of the forearm, and this is where you also put the belly button. Finally, we're gonna draw another pentagonal shape where the tip goes to the crotch area. Okay, let's add the muscles. Just follow the shapes and guidelines we draw. For the abs, this is how I draw it, so just follow this. When you get to the second segment, draw the muscles just before the corner like this. You can pretty much get away with this for now. It's fairly simple, and we've only tackled some basic anatomy. But it doesn't stop there. You can make your characters' faces look different. If you click this video on the right, you will be able to learn how to draw different kinds of faces.